your Tuesday edition of Afternoon Express Mzansi. I'm Palisa Tembe, and today I'm here for your entertainment. That's right, today the entertainment industry is taking center stage. We look closely with insider and commentator Phil Mbela at how it's faring amidst COVID-19. Plus, we chat to Chef Dumi about the return of the Taste Master tonight. And we kick it all off with the host of The New Norm, Bliss Yeni, who calls into the loft. Now, many things have shifted since Corona hit, so we've asked you on social media, do you spend more or less time watching TV? Ladies in the kitchen, how about you?
I watch much more TV. And welcome to our day today, Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I nearly forgot what day it was. But today I'm going to make a prawn and mussel curry. And what are you doing, Tooms?
Today I'm going to be making a tasty recipe because we're going to be making Feta and Basil muffins.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want the recipe details, guys, do go onto the website, get the information, and let's hear what Bliss has to say.
Yes.
The Daily Show, The New Norm on SABC3 at 6 p.m. explores and shares the many weird, wonderful and difficult ways of how our lives have changed since the pandemic. Bliss Yeni, the presenter of the show, speaks to us now about how COVID-19 has affected its production. Welcome to the loft, Bliss.
Hi, how are you, Palisa?
Household. It looks so warm and welcoming, much like yourself and everything the new normal is doing.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Bliss, you've worked a bit on radio as a host, and now you're the presenter of our special COVID-19 program called The New Norm on SABC3. How has it been like working on this show?
It's been wonderful. It started on the 1st of June. And I must say that I feel privileged to work on a show that not only seeks to inform people about COVID-19, but I also get to walk the journey with the people that have tested positive with the virus, people talking about how they felt, and very painful and emotional journey, honestly. And also on the other side, the people that have been talking about how their businesses have been affected, the people that have been innovative in terms of finding a way of surviving COVID-19 so that the bread is not taken away from them.
Now, I see that there are repeats scheduled since last week. What's going on?
Well, how ironic is that? We've been hit by the pandemic, sadly, and we were told on Friday last week that one of our own tested positive for COVID-19, and the SABC was very quick and very prompt in following the COVID-19 regulations that inform the policy of the SABC as well. And everybody had to go and get tested, and we are now in self-isolation.
So how is the morale of the team?
The team is very positive, and I think that, like me, they are very grateful of the way that the SABC handled the situation, that quickly, go and get tested. Let's just go home and self-isolate. And as a result, unfortunately, we won't be continuing to film.
So then, Bliss, how are you? How are you doing now?
I'm fine. I'm very positive at the moment. I got up with a headache, and the mind plays games with you, obviously, and you think, oh my goodness, do I have it, But I'm trying to maintain that positive mindset. I'm meditating, and I'm sticking to, the regulations of COVID-19, self-isolation, so I'm not going out at all. I just also want to take this opportunity to remind our people the importance of sanitizing, the importance of keeping that safety distance when you're out there doing your shopping for your essentials. And also, please stay home and go out only when it's absolutely necessary. It's hit home, I must say, and you don't realize just how hectic it can be. When I was walking the journey with the people that I was interviewing, it prepared me, and I think the team was also prepared. But right now, it's a different set of emotions altogether, if you understand what I mean. So the journeys of COVID-19 are quite different. It's like being taken from one season to another season, if you know what I mean. So I just want to really encourage South Africans, please sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. Wear your mask. If you don't have to go anywhere, stay home, please. And that safety distance, so that we don't affect each other, and to make sure that everybody is well, so that we can go back, to living healthy lives.
And on that note, thank you so much, Blisieni, for showing us all that love on the new norm and, of course, educating us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
It's clear that the pandemic doesn't differentiate. Let's all keep safe and responsible.
Yeah, Nell, it is crazy how much impact this virus actually has on the entertainment industry right now, and the fact that the show actually had to be taken off air.
I'm so glad we are.
I mean, me too. Bali, what are the people saying?
So, ladies, speaking about things on television, we've asked everyone on social media, during the pandemic, during these COVID-19 times, are they watching more or less television? So we have to start off with Bradley Brown, one of our top fans. And Bradley Brown says, to be honest, more TV. And of course, watching Afternoon Express every single day. Yay! I love that. Here's to watching Afternoon Express every single day. Thank you so much, Bradley Brown. I have to read another comment here, though. And the comment is from Uziyanda Kumalo. And Uziyanda says, I always am on TV. I'm so horrible because I watch all the episodes of all the soapies at night before and, of course, the repeats in the morning. Hashtag Afternoon Express. Uzianda's doubling up there on the episodes.
Levels.
There are levels to this television game, of course, and I like that. I love learning from people, and I love finding out what you guys are watching. So as long as you keep it locked to Afternoon Express, we are not fighting. So speaking about Afternoon Express, our Afternoon Express foodie, Chef Jumi, is one very talented lady who made her debut on the Taste Master reality TV series. Coming up, Chef Jumi and Anele face it off in the Instagram challenge featured in tonight's episode. Game on. back to Afternoon Express, where you can already see we're having such a good time here in our kitchen. Now, the Taste Master Season 1 is back on SABC3 this evening at 7:30 p.m. For those who need a little reminder, in this exciting reality show, the Taste Master revealed aspiring undiscovered foodies and gave them an opportunity of a lifetime. South Africa's hottest culinary talent was put to the test with a series of challenging tasks which tested their skills as they battled it out in the hopes of becoming the resident chef right here on Afternoon Express. Now, Tumi, of course, for all of those that need a bit of a spoiler alert, she did win. Spoiler alert, Tumi did win. So, ladies, I'm going to let you guys do your thing here in the kitchen. And, you know, Chef Anele, all the best with that Instagrammable dish.
Thank you.
Head out, ladies.
Thank you, Queen.
Yes, on that note,
Yeah.
Taste Master.
Yes.
It was an amazing journey.
Yes, tell me a bit about it.
So,
especially tonight's episode.
It was actually quite challenging. When we first started Taste Master, right, we thought it was all about the cooking, just making sure the dishes are amazing. And then the first challenge, it has to be Instagrammable. It was not even tasted. It has to look amazing.
Yeah.
So I challenge you today, Anal, make us an Instagrammable dish. And I'm guessing since you're a food stylist, you would know this. What tips would people need to look for if they're making an Instagrammable dish?
First of all, I'm going to make my favorite dish, and I think that's good, if you can make your favorite food as a dish. So I'm going to make a prawn and mussel curry.
Okay.
What did you make on the show tonight?
So this is interesting. A lot of people were quite shocked by it. Oops.
Yeah?
I made a dish with mogodu. I won't tell you what.
That is tripe.
Yes.
It's my favorite thing.
And the reason I did it is because I love mogodu. I personally enjoy having mogodu. But I wanted to be unconventional. But I had to remember as well that I can't taste it. It still had to look nice.
Yeah.
So I used one of my favorite things.
Yes.
But I had to make it pretty.
Did you come up with that? It's a genius, because I think it's genius to make that Instagrammable, because it's a very difficult thing to make Instagrammable. But it's potjies, and what is it? It's tripe.
It is tripe.
It's like the little legs of the sheep, and so it's very difficult to make it look. What did you do?
It is, I'm not going to give too much away because I want you guys to tune in this evening at 7:30. But I did not make a stew. I did not make a bisque. I did not make a casserole. I did not make a curry. It was not in a stewing pot. That is one thing for sure. So if you want to know what exactly I did with that mogodu, I ask you to tune in this evening at 7:30 to SABC3 to see what exactly I made. And yes, I did not win that challenge, but here I find myself.
How has it changed your life, Queen of the kitchen?
Well, to be honest, I've learned a lot since then. I mean, having to join such a wonderful team on Afternoon Express. One, I learned that I don't know enough about food, and there's just so much to learn. There's always something to learn about food. I learned that the support of the people that you love is tantamount to you reaching a lot of your goals.
Somebody
in your life.
specific, please. Throw the details. What's his name?
Who? My little one. Oh, you're talking about my little one, right?
No, I'm talking about the BBF, the boyfriend.
I don't know what she's talking about, South Africa. She's spilling too many beans. I don't know about it. I'm talking about my baby boy here.
Okay.
My son, my family, my mom, my sister. I'm getting emotional, but it is what it is. They were with me from day one. They supported me. They were cheering me on. They were like, you know when you talk about cheerleaders?
Yeah.
They're pom-poms every day. Yes! How's it going? You're going to do well. You're great. But anyway, let's keep quiet about that. How's it going with your dish? I'm seeing a lot of stuff going in there.
Sorry, I want to interrupt you because it's so important. Family and support from friends. When you go through something like that, I also went through a similar process, but the support you've got from your family and friends, it's what's actually carrying you.
Yes.
People don't realize how difficult it is to be on a TV show. It's extremely exhausting. They top you. What is it? Like they tire you.
Yes.
You know,
the shooting, the hours, and the challenges are really that. They are challenges. It's not something that is staged. You get there and you're told, you have to come up with this. And it's like, oh my God, how do I do this? How do I?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you've done it and you've made it to the end and it's like, oh my gosh. I'm here. Is it really happening, you know? But anyway, I'm grateful to be part of, like I mentioned, an amazing Afternoon Express team, having met people like yourself, Bali, all the team that we work with. You guys are amazing, actually. I don't think you guys get enough props.
But we want to say thank you to you. We love you. We're so happy to have you here. You're like a bright star when you walk in the afternoon.
What's going on in that Instagram?
So I've made like some tomato. I put some tin tomato in here, some curry powder, some cardamom pods, some chili. It's divine. I'm going to add a bit of salt. So it's like a thick chutney now.
Okay.
And now I'm just going to add the beautiful fresh seafood. And this only needs a few minutes till the prawns is pink.
Okay.
And then it's done. And then we can actually dish up and do an Instagrammable dish.
So on that note, Instagrammable. We mentioned this earlier. How do I make a dish Instagrammable? What are the main tips or tricks you'd think I'd need to?
Yes, what I always say is that the ingredients must shine.
Okay.
If you look at this dish here, the mussels, you can see the whole mussel. It didn't cook away. You can see the whole prawns. It didn't go away. So the ingredients must shine. And the tomato sauce also needs to be like, it must shine, you know. And if everybody wants our recipes, it's on Afternoon Express. .co.za. Yay!
And as Anal said, you can get the details on the website. But also remember, guys, you need to tune in this evening because a lot of us made different dishes. And the dishes we thought would win didn't. And the dishes we thought wouldn't win, well, won. But all I'm saying is, guys, you need to tune in if you want to understand exactly what the show is about. It was lots of fun, but the stress. Anyway.
And I think as well, it's also very subjective because there's different judges. I know Zola was on. She is lovely. And Gregory Zarnecki is my favorite chef. He is just so cute. He looks like a Viking chef.
He's still my favorite chef to this day. Hello, Chef Gregory.
Hello, Gregory. We love you. He's such a nice guy. And because it's also what everybody's taste buds differ, you know.
But this was iBuds. I had to use iBud, not taste. We had to look. And yes, I am happy I am here. And hopefully there is no Taste Master 2 because then I won't be here anymore.
Oh, but you can crown the person.
Yeah, I'll be there judging. This time I'll be the one telling you this is not Instagrammable enough. You need to make sure it looks good. Yeah. You need to make sure it tastes good. But enough about me. How are we looking on that
Did they give you any backgrounds? Because I've got a background here that I use for styling and for photographs. So this is like a rusted board. Did they give you a background or did you have to create...
So we went to a venue where we're going to do the challenge, right?
Yeah.
And they said to us, you've got free reign throughout this entire place.
Yeah.
Find a space that you think is an Instagrammable enough space. So some people went to the foyer, some people went to reception, some people went to the staircase. And I have to say that that makes a difference. So do not stick to the simple, it's a dish, so it has to be in the kitchen, it has to be, try and be unconventional and creative. And hopefully it is Instagrammable. We'll see what this looks after, how this looks after the show.
I take a lot of my pictures at home with my phone. I take on slate, you know, just outside. But the people must realize when you take Instagram pictures, it needs to be light, the right light. Pali, come here. You also take fabulous pics of food.
Thank you so much, Anal. But this is such great advice. Natural light is the best light when taking pictures about food. So for all of those foodies out there that want to get this correct every single time, tune in tonight. Look, in tonight's episode of The Taste Master, hosted by Harmony Katalondi, viewers can look forward to meeting the show's resident judges, celebrity chef and author Zola Nene, and award-winning executive chef at the Waterkloof, Gregory Zarnecki. Now, we'll also be meeting 8 of the hottest South African culinary professionals who will be put straight to the test with a grueling task of creating the most Instagrammable dish this week. And Anele, I think, congratulations.
Thank you.
This, to me, gets a full-on Instagram-approved tick.
Thank
And speaking about social media, you know, on social media, we have asked you, are you watching more TV or are you watching less TV during this COVID-19 time? And we've got Katlego Tempa, and Katlego says, #Afternoon Express. While I spend less time watching TV and I always minimize my time, but I make sure when it's 5 p.m. I immediately tune into SABC3 for my favorite show. I guess you know what that is. Wink, wink, ciao.
Wink,
That
wink.
sounds so incredible. Thank you so much for tuning in to Afternoon Express at 5. But also make sure, Katlego, that you tune in at 7:30 p.m. for the Taste Master. Now, entertainment commentator Phil Mpela has always got the scoop on the who's who and what's what. That's why he's the perfect person to give us the lowdown on the industry during COVID-19. And we do just that coming up.
Join us for the opening night of the Taste Master.
We want to see how your personality comes through on a plate.
It's not about how this dish tastes today, it's all about how it looks.
I need to pull out all the stops.
This is more serious than I thought.
So many things could go wrong.
I have to take this chance. This is the Taste Master, and I feel like I've got to step it up a bit.
I hope the judges are nice though.
Find out on the Taste Master, Tuesday evenings at 7:30 on SABC3.
Amongst the many industries that have been hit hard by the national lockdown, the local television industry is one that's had to implement drastic changes into its operation model. To help put things into perspective on TV amidst and post-COVID-19 is TV and entertainment commentator Phil Mpela. Phil, welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Phil, what are some of the biggest knocks that the TV production has had to endure due to COVID-19?
I think the biggest one would have to be loss of income because, you know, we are in an industry where if you don't work, you don't get paid. With productions getting halted right now, the actors and the crews that work in some of these productions are not getting paid because they're not at work. And the other thing would be having internships halted, because internships serve an industry in a big way because it's an opportunity for young people that are trying to come into the industry to gain experience so that they can gain work, you know, but it also helps the production to have extra hands on sets that can help. So having that now having to be halted because you have to have a limited number of people on set, that has been a very, very, very big blow for the industry.
A devastating blow indeed. So what are some of the changes that we can expect to see in ways in which the television industry operates?
The biggest change obviously would be, probably if this continues for a prolonged period of time, we're going to have a situation where we're going to have less content on television in terms of we're not going to have new productions coming up, as well as with the soapies, for instance. Some of them will get into a situation where they don't have enough episodes to put on air. So you might see a situation where a daily episode, a daily soap story or telenovela will now have to reduce the number of days that it's on air. So you have like a 2-day thing instead of like an everyday airing thing.
Now, how will existing talent and production personnel have to adapt to the new way of doing things on set?
That is a tough one because in terms of the personnel from the talent side, their employment depends on the production and what the production decides, So an actor right now, I can't really say that they have to do this because if there aren't any productions being produced, there's nothing that they can do. You can talk to your agent, but your agent can't, manifest work out of thin air. But in terms of the crew, that's also another element because a lot of crew members in South Africa, because they are freelancers, work on different productions. Now they are forced in a situation where they can only work on one production.
And Phil, talking about difficult topics, we always talk about opening up the industry and introducing new, fresh faces into the TV industry. So then how does this then affect new talents coming in?
That is one of the biggest blows because what will happen now is because the productions have to limit the number of people that they have on set. So you'll have a situation where people will be held on contracts longer instead of just bringing in new people because that's an easiest way of doing it because productions can't hold auditions right now because how are you going to hold auditions in a situation like this because you can't have like group of people in spaces and you can't actually have people that you're not familiar with coming into the spaces that you work in, because you don't know if they've been tested or anything like that.
Hi. Kushubile, in Zulu would say kushube impela. So Phil, looking forward in terms of the future, what trajectory are we heading in terms of distribution of content?
Distribution of content is obviously has to change. I mean, look at the film industry, for instance. The cinemas, even if they open, not a lot of people are going to go see films. So now using digital spaces like your streaming services and all of that will come into play in that regard. In terms of television, same thing. What you and I are doing right now will become commonplace, will become something that shows have to do because we can't have guests in studio. So it's just a matter of having to adapt. But you know what? What I like is that this happened now rather than 10 years ago where we have the technology to be able to mitigate these issues.
Absolutely. We have to find the silver lining in it all. And on a very personal level, how has COVID-19 pandemic affected your work as a commentator and reporter within the industry?
Like you said, kushubi. I'm laughing because, in my language, so I'm laughing, but it's very, very hard. There's been no work to speak of because what I do, I have to be out there, I have to be out there. I have to be attending events. I have to be interviewing people. I have to be talking about movies that are now not going to cinema. So if you don't have movies in cinemas, I can't really comment on films because these films are not being released, In terms of television, it's the same thing. I mean, I host a television show that's now it's on hold. So I'm not shooting, I'm not earning any income from that. But you know what? There's other work that's coming in, the influencer side is kind of like helping, but like everybody else, I'm not complaining because we are all in this together. A lot of people are in dire situations than I am. At least I'm still able to kind of like, have a livelihood of some sort. But but it's been rough. One has had to adjust living standards, But hey, we'll survive, eh?
We're going to have to keep pushing on. And talking about surviving, talking about thriving and pushing on, any last words of encouragement, motivation, advice to all those that want to stay in the film industry in South Africa? Is there a glimmer of hope, Phil?
Of course. You know what? One thing about strategy and disasters and all of that is that they force us to be innovative. So in terms of content creators, for instance, okay, you've got the digital space right now. Don't just sit at home and say, hey, there are no opportunities for me to be on television. There are no opportunities for me to do anything else. Digital space right now is where you should be putting your content. Don't just sit at home and have your fans or people forget about you. Use the digital space to kind of like, let people know what you're doing. And even if you are new and you are trying to get into the industry, let people see your work. Use these spaces, use your Instagram, use YouTube, use the digital space. And hopefully that by the time we're out of this pandemic, would have created sort of like a trail of work for you. And by the time we get back to normalcy, you'll be able to just, get more work.
Yep, jumping straight back where we left off. Thank you so much, Phil, for reminding us that 2020 is not done when it comes to all things South African television industry and entertainment space, and being the voice that we so desperately need to hear right now.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Shaputwam, cheers. Now, there's no better authority on all things television scoop when it comes to the South African television landscape than Phil Mpela. Be sure to stay in the loop by staying glued to his Twitter feed.
And if it's not for our viewers, we won't be here. So I'm so glad they glued to the TV, hey?
I agree with you fully. Palisa, I don't know what the people are saying there, but I hope they are at least tuning into Afternoon Express right now.
Yabona Leo Kelly standard. You know, when certain things happen in life, they say, obvious, it's standard. People are definitely tuning in, and I'm loving it, Mzansi. And speaking about people tuning in, we have to go over to social media and find out what everyone has been saying. And we have found out, or rather heard from advocates. An advocate says, man, I spend more time watching TV. I can't start my day without the TV. Hashtag Afternoon Express. And ladies, how cute is that little emoji of the clippers together? Saying that basically him and TV are the same thing, I have to keep scrolling here to Skr Kid. And Skr Kid says, I spend 100% of my time on TV because smartphones are just boring, ladies. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, but Polly, I actually have to limit myself. So now for me, it's just weekends. I can binge. I don't do it at all during the day. And then when I get home tonight, I'm going to watch TV.
I fully agree with her as well, because I've had to be like, okay, this is not who you are. This is just a pandemic. Move through it, live through it, do everything else.
Okay, do everything else. I actually want to read one more here, talking about doing everything else. Yes. Roberta agrees with you, Chumi. Roberta's been doing the most. Roberta says she's splitting her time, TV, knitting, cooking, baking, reading, and praying for the end of COVID. Now, trust me, girl, we are all saying hallelujah. I agree with you. Okay, so let's be honest, South Africa. Some of our stress levels right now are through the roof. So we might need alternative means for stress relief. So coming up, we connect with Farmer Dynamics about their exciting new CBD range. If you suffer from stress, anxiety, and even sleepless nights, you may feel completely helpless with the lack of natural and effective treatment options available to you. Well, think again. CBD-based products have quickly taken up space on our shelves as they have been widely praised for their abundance of health and well-being properties. Here to let us in on all the wonders of CBD and a brand new product called Canamix is Nicole Jennings from Pharmadynamics. Welcome to The Loft, Nicole.
Thank you so much.
Now, Nicole, over the last year in particular, CBD-based products have really taken off in South Africa. What exactly is Canamix?
Yes, well, Canamix is a CBD-based pastille, a pleasant lime-flavored pastille that dissolves in the mouth, and this allows for the CBD to be absorbed by the buccal mucosa in the lining of the cheeks and the mouth floor. And what's wonderful about this is that absorption method actually increases the bioavailability of the CBD, which means it immediately, enters the bloodstream, as opposed to many other CBD products that go via the digestive system, and then you sort of lose a bit of the bioavailability of that CBD available to the body.
For those who are new to CBD-based products, how do they benefit the body, and what can Canamix be used for in particular?
Well, CBD has been linked to a wide variety of positive indications. Some of these include anxiety, stress relief. If you struggle to sleep, that's a wonderful, CBD can work wonders for just better sleep at nighttime. And really, something interesting to note is the fact that the human body actually has its own CBD or what they call the endocannabinoid system, where we actually have receptors that are specifically geared to receive the CBD molecule. And it just goes to show that, naturally the human body is just set up in such a way that it can benefit profoundly from the use of CBD products.
There's still some misconceptions around CBD products and whether they can get you high like marijuana would. To confirm, Canamix won't get you high, right?
No, absolutely not. So the compound in hemp that is usually associated with that high feeling or with the psychoactive effect of marijuana use is generally referred to as THC, and Canamix is THC-free. So in other words, there's no chance that this product can get you high or give you that sensation. Most of the products that are legally available in South Africa will be THC-free. So generally, if you go to a pharmacy to acquire your CBD products, you are looking at a product that definitely won't have that impact on the body.
Nicole, there are a lot of CBD-based products on the shelf at the moment. And with it being a new type of treatment, how can people know which products are of top quality and suitable for their needs?
So a great rule of thumb is to look at who the manufacturer of the product is. We certainly always recommend that you go with a pharmaceutical company or a company that is active and well-known in the healthcare space. Just making sure there that the product has been tested by a third party, and you can also look at the way in which the CBD is extracted from the plant. CO2 extraction is known as the gold standard when it comes to extracting the CBD. And, then another thing you can look at is the way in which the hemp is actually farmed, like a nice organically farmed hemp that, adheres to pharmaceutical standards is always, a good rule of thumb when you're selecting your CBD product.
Where is Canamix available?
So Canamix is available in wellness warehouses and also in selected pharmacies nationwide. It is not a scripted product, so you can access the product without a prescription from your doctor.
Brilliant. Sounds simple enough, and it seems like there's so much to be gained by using this incredible product that is CBD-based. Thank you so much, Nicole, for debunking some myths and mistruths that might be circulating right now and giving us a relief from the stress, pain, and tension.
It's an absolute pleasure.
For more information on Canamix, you can visit their website at canamix.co.za.
Well, now I am personally very happy that the world is slowly and gradually moving towards using more natural products, hey? Because all this pharmaceuticals, sometimes.
Why do you think I'm so calm? I've got my little CBD on my shelf in my bathroom.
Interesting. I need to contact Nicole and see if she can hook me up too. On that note, Palesa, what are the people saying on the socials?
Anele has got secrets, South Africa. Anele has secrets. She's calm, she's cool, she's collected, she's keeping it together. And it's because you've got a secret friend helping you.
Yeah.
But that's great, you know. I love that we're educating South Africans on the alternative methods of treatments because a lot of people don't know the options and we've got so many options abreast, so I'm loving that. Whilst I'm heading over to social media to see what you guys have been saying, ladies, I mean, what TV, are you much of TV watchers or are you more music?
I actually love movies more than I love TV series. And I spoke to someone today. I was like, please help me. I need to watch more informational stuff because a lot of it is so like reality this, reality that. I want real stuff. I want actual factual stuff.
I'm a reality queen. From 90 Days, the other day we had them on the show, from 90 Days to Survivor.
To all the movies.
Everything. everything.
Well, it's so interesting that you ladies are both speaking about reality and information. Of course, some is more entertainment driven and some is more education. But we have Siyabonga here who is sticking to the education side. And Siyabonga says, hi, Afternoon Experience. Since this corona issue has come upon us, our lives, it leaves us no choice but to keep abreast of all the updates. So if I tell you that I spend most of my time reviewing the news and doing research about the virus, to know the safety precautions and measures so that as a learner, I don't get infected or infect my pupils. I think that that's so crucial, going back to keeping yourself updated.
What I'm worried about sometimes as well, that there's too much information and we get the wrong information as well. So it's very important to actually sift through it and make sure you take the correct ones in.
Especially with our kids that also have access to social media and stuff. There's so much information that they get access to. How much of it is true, how much of it is not. So it's very important to keep alert and like aware of such stuff, I guess.
What is fact and fiction? Very important points. So let's keep going on social media and finding out if you guys are watching more or less TV. We've got Precious and says, lol, I wish I had a TV. I would stay glued to it because wow, the boredom is messing with my head. While Precious girlfriend, head over to our YouTube channel because we've got you sorted on our YouTube channel. Just as long as you subscribe, you will keep up to date with all things Afternoon Express. So you don't need a TV, girl. We got you regardless. Again, ladies, on social media, if I just head over, Uyenzeka says, I don't spend that much time watching TV, but I love watching very much. Hashtag Afternoon Express. Ladies, do you want to say anything to Yenzeka?
Thank you.
And please stay tuned because all our recipes are actually on our YouTube page as well. So you can see how we make the food. You can get the recipe ingredients on the website.
And they can rewind on YouTube.
Exactly.
That's also such a good point. You know, you can stop, pause, rewind. If you're missing something, we got you regardless. Okay, let's keep reading. I'm kind of enjoying reading people's social media comments. We've got Shireen Abrahams, and she says, happy Tuesday to the entire Afternoon Express team. I spend more time watching the news than I did before the pandemic and never miss Afternoon Express and Expresso, my two favorite shows. Thanks, Palesa and the entire Afternoon Express team for keeping the viewers informed and entertained, and Dumi and Anal for the amazing recipes. I love this show. Mwah, Shireen Abrahams.
I absolutely love Shireen. She's on the ball every day. Like every moment when I go to our socials, she's there. I love you, Shireen. Much
She keeps
love.
in contact the whole time with us.
She does.
Yeah, we like that. We must ask our viewers, please write to us, comment for us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Stay in contact. We like that.
Let us know what you think. Recipe ideas even. Come on, let us know what you want us to cook for you here on the show.
Right. righty. And speaking about all things right here, you know, we've got another viewer that agrees with Shireen and says that, you know what, there are these top 2 shows that they can't get enough of. I spend more time on TV. I wake up at 7 a.m. For the Morning Express and watch the soapies repeats and also watch the news and then wait for Afternoon Express whilst watching cartoons. Hashtag Afternoon Express. I'm loving the cartoons. I'm loving the sister brotherhood rivalry between Afternoon Express, the battle of the viewers. Who will get them? Okay, ladies, you know we're keeping all the love alive here, and as much as we are having fun on Afternoon Express, we do encourage you to stay tuned and glued to SABC3 because we're bringing you premium entertainment time and time again. And talking about premium entertainment, we've got premium recipes. So, ladies, what are we cooking up?
Before I tell you about the premium recipe, please do catch Taste Master this evening at 7:30 on SABC3. Moving along. Today's recipe, we're making some tasty feta and basil muffins. So we've been doing a lot of baking on the show. So we just trying to show people different ways. You can use yeast, you can use baking powder, baking soda. So yesterday we used yeast, today we're using baking powder and baking soda. So we'll explain it further, but do tune in to see exactly what we're making today.
Okay, and I want to find out from Anele, how are you putting a twist? Because yesterday she took bread and she made it a pizza. So, Gail, what do you have up your sleeve today?
So today, I'm bringing out my mother's waffle pan.
Ooh.
And this is what she made waffles for us. So I'm taking Tumi's recipe and making a sweet waffle from it in my mommy's pan.
I love that, lady.
Like
something
old school.
Something sweet, something savory, but definitely keeping it old school and new school. All of that coming up.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares. Clover, for the love of cheese.
Made with love by Clover. Welcome back, South Africa. It is your Taste Master Resident Chef Afternoon Express. Yes, girl. And today we are making some muffins. I'm going to be making the savory ones, and you're going to be putting a twist on it. Not only, you're not making muffins even, you're taking my exact batter and doing something completely different.
Yes, I'm going to make a waffle with this old waffle pad. I've never done it before, so I don't know if it's going to be a flop or not, so bear with me.
Hashtag disclaimer.
Yeah, hashtag disclaimer, so perhaps it is a flop, but bear with me. I'm going to try and make, but you carry on.
All right, so let's get started then. As with baking all the time, we always mention there's the dry, there's the wet, there's a leavening agent, there's liquids, the dry ingredients, all of that, right? If you want to know more, guys, go onto the website, get the recipe details to know exactly what we've put into the recipe itself. But basically today, I'm going to be showing you how to make muffins. Normally, muffins start with flour, right? If you want to, if you're gluten intolerant, you can use almond flour.
Yes.
You can use tapioca flour.
Yeah, tapioca flour.
Yeah, so you can use a different kind of flour that doesn't have the gluten in it, so that to make it easier for you. So in here, I've got my flour, I've got my baking powder, I've got baking soda, I've got salt, I've got sugar. And those...
Always a dash of sugar with your food. I love it. That's sweet.
I'm not the sweet mahala girl. There's always a bit of sugar that I put in there just for extra flavor. So those are the dry ingredients. I'm going to put that aside. And then I'm going to go in with our wet ingredients. Because we're using feta today, the salt content in feta makes it perfect so that you don't need to add any additional salt to it. So it's perfect as it is. So I'm going to first start with the wet ingredients,
What
which
is that?
our... we're not using milk. We're not using buttermilk.
Oh, I love amasi.
Yes.
I love that tanginess that it brings to dishes. It's my favorite dish, favorite ingredient to bake with.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And most people think, no, the only way you use amasi is when you're eating uputu. You can use it in different ways, and it actually works perfectly in baking. It would replace the buttermilk if you wanted to, but you know what I mean. So we're going in with our wet ingredients here into the dry, as I've been so...
That is the batter that I made here.
Okay, so
without the savory stuff.
Yes, so obviously you make some adjustments to the salt if you'd want to, but that's exactly the same batter that you're using. And then I'm going to go in with our savory ingredients and you using the sweet.
Yeah.
So the savory ingredients then would be our tomatoes that I've halved, as well as some of our feta here, our hero ingredient.
What feta are you using? Are you using the plain feta? Because I know it comes in pepper and in herb.
I like the plain flavor. And yours?
I love the black pepper.
What's the reason behind that?
I don't know. This just when I taste it or when I chew on the black pepper, it's like a pop. And it's like a burnt taste. I love hot stuff, so it's just like a slight burn to it, and I really enjoy it. And I like have it with everything, with salads, with anything.
I like the fact that with the clover range, there's also different kinds of flavors. So you've got the plain, like we've got here, and you've also got the mixed herb one. Yeah. That's got different herb flavors in there. So I'm gonna chop my basil roughly into our dish. I didn't want to chop it beforehand because you know with basil it goes brown, goes dark, so we don't want that. We want it to stay nice and green. And then I'm just going to chuck that in there and mix the rest of our ingredients together. And that's the batter for our muffins. And like you mentioned, you're making a sweet waffle with the exact same batter. So,
look at that!
So viewers, you can use the exact same recipe, the base ingredient, omit the tomatoes and the basil, and use whatever other ingredients you'd like to use. Because you mean tastes
the thing
different.
is, you can make a savory waffle, but I found that I like to use the stuff that's in our Afternoon Express in the fridge and in the pantry. So I found some double thick yogurt, I found some chocolate, and I found some honey, and that's why I decided to make a sweet one. Look at that! If I just want to show the viewers how beautiful this looks already.
Ooh. Huh? So all we need now is just for it to get nice and golden brown.
Yes.
And that's it.
And then I'm just going to smother it with honey and chocolate and yogurt, so it's going to be delicious.
And as taught by you before, I literally think this was about 12 folds. It can't be more than 12.
Good.
Right? 12?
I want to take one here.
All right, as you can see, I've got my own makeshift paper cups here. This is just some baking paper that we've taken. Non-stick, because you want it to look cute as we're on that Instagrammable story today, but you also want it to not stick to the pan, so that works perfectly if you don't have that baking paper at home. You can just use this. And then, oh my gosh, yes. And then you go in with this into your baking sheet. The one thing I love about baking recipes is that I've put this in here, and I'm making 3 medium ones. If you want to, you can also use the big ones.
Yeah.
And you can have, well, this yields 12 smaller ones.
Yes.
You can have 6 big ones,
Yeah.
depending on your taste. Some days I like them big, some days I like them
I love this, the texture of your muffins. Look at that. And then these beautiful feta pieces. They're big, and the tomato. And I tasted one earlier on, and they're really scrumptious.
Thank you.
So my waffle is done. Look at this.
Oh, well, my muffins are done as well. And we've got some delicious, huge feta and basil muffins over here, and they taste divine. Oh, you want to upstage me now because you are the
No, not at
Instagram
all.
lady,
I just
huh?
want to finish the dish, queen. You are the queen.
Guys, don't forget, get onto our website and let us know what you think. In fact, go onto the comments on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Let us know what you prefer. Do you like it sweet? Do you like it savory? Get all the ingredients, all the recipe details on our website. I'm looking at you and I'm like, are you? This is not Taste Master. This is Afternoon Express. Guys, get the details on afternoonexpress.co.za. I think I'm losing my mind with this movie over here.
I'm voting for yours, by the way. I prefer yours. I'm a savory girl, so
Yes.
I'm voting for yours. But I think this looks divine.
It does.
And it's in this old little pan.
And you don't even need to use electricity. So load shedding, guys, get yourself one of these. Anyway, Palisa, we're coming over for some dinner right now. Hope you're ready for some supper.
Yes.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares. Clover, for the love of cheese.
Made with love by Clover. Come sit down, ladies. This looks so delicious. I love the fact that we are catering for every type of flavor profile and every type of flavor taste. If you're a sweet type of girl or if you're a savory type of girl, we got you. But we wanted to also find out, are people watching more or less television? And we have Wendy, and Wendy says, I'm glued to my TV lately due to not being able to go to work. I'm enjoying Afternoon Express, so I can't say that I'm complaining. And we also have Pumi, and Pumi says, I'm on maternity leave / lockdown, and I have become the queen of soapies from Skim Sam to Uzalo. I'm loving it all, girl, us too. Thank you to everyone, who commented and stays commenting on all of our social media. And on that note, I have to read just one more before we say goodbye. We've got Kelebogile, and they say, I have spent less time watching TV because I have to study so that I'll be able to pass my midterm exams. #Afternoon Express. Well, we definitely encourage you, Kelebogile, to keep studying, girl, because as much as we do love our TV, it's important that we incredibly get those pass marks every single time. We also have another viewer here who says, I actually spend more time watching TV and less time on my phone. #Afternoon Express. That's also quite an interesting phenomenon. Hey, ladies.
Very, very true. I have to say, being home, I know a lot of people are feeling like, oh, lockdown, whatever. Some people needed a break. So this came at the perfect time.
I love that this did come at the perfect time, as well as this food coming on the perfect time. So tomorrow's show shines a light on the plight of people living with albinism. We'll be joined by Kuli Roberts and, of course, Rifile Modisele. Until then, Mzansi, good night, stay safe, and happy eating.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.